Hello Africa and happy Africa Day 2023. In this video, I'll be sharing my favorite places and I promise to show you a very important stone, the seat of impunity, me jumping from a train, some bones, a concert, and some traditional dancing. Let's start with the stone in the middle of your screen. You can't see it? Let me get closer. There we go, but first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dominic Kishane, and that also happens to be the name of my YouTube channel. I create content about smartphones, TVs, car audio, and so on. It's generally about tech gadgets, and the content usually ranges from unboxing, reviews, experiments, and how-to videos. But today, I'll be making a video on what I think vlogging looks like. So getting back to the important stone, this is the Lionel Galton Fenzi Monument, or Nairobi Miliary Stone. It was erected in 1939, and all measurements to and from Nairobi are measured from this point. I remember my dad showing me this important stone years ago when I was young, and you know what? It's one thing to glance at it from a moving vehicle, but I appreciate it more by looking at it closely and taking videos of it for Africa Day. I also learned a new word, miliary, which is a distance equal to an ancient Roman mile or 1,000 paces. I'm sure some of you have learned this new word with me. Now, the next place I visited on this day was the Nairobi Railway Museum, which is around 1.2 kilometers from this stone. It's basically a 10 to 15 minute walk. So what is Africa Day? What comes to your mind when you hear Africa Day? Please tell me in the comments below and let's have a discussion about it. The Nairobi Railway Museum is located right in the middle of the CBD next to the railway station and a stone throw away from the Technical University of Kenya. I learned my trade there when it was known as the Kenya Polytechnic University College, but I've never visited the museum during that period. The road to the museum is very quiet, peaceful, and lined with these beautiful jacaranda trees. Someone painted some graffiti on the whole wall on this road, and it also looks nice. The main hall is full of historical pieces, and just like any other African country, the Kenyan history doesn't lack colonialism and racism in its books. There are pictures and models of all the trains as well as historical photos. The Tsavo man-eaters are also a part of the railway history in Kenya. They were a pair of man-eating male lions in the Tsavo region of Kenya, and they actually stopped the construction of the railway for some time until they were shot. What's interesting is that the lions are on display in Chicago, USA, and not right here in Nairobi. You see this coach that I'm jumping out from? That coach at the back there? Someone was hauled from that coach by a lion. They made multiple movies about the man-eaters of Tsavo, and speaking of movies, this train, known as East African Railways or EAR number 2301, was used to shoot the 1985 movie Out of Africa. Take a look at the controls on this steam locomotive. And a person drove this whole train. Just levers and wheels. That's the only gauge I see on this train. Then take a look at this diesel upgrade. The difference looks like night and day. Nowadays, we still use diesel locomotives on the Madaraka Express, but the controls are all digital. On my way out of the train museum, I entered this art studio right outside the museum where you can purchase some artwork, trinkets, and some drinks. The second place I will show you around Nairobi is my favorite place from my childhood, and that is the National Museum of Kenya. It is around 2.3 kilometers from the Nairobi Miliary Stone, again a walking distance if you are fit. This is a very special place to me because inside this compound is where I shot my first ever YouTube video 8 years ago. Actually, it's my first two videos and they are both tech related. You can check them out later. This huge dinosaur sculpture at the entrance still amazes me to this day. At the main hall entrance, there is this huge calabash and gourd installation. These are the things that you can still find in people's homes today. Their use varies from storing and preserving food as well as musical instruments like this piece called the abu. Look at that thing, it's taller than me. If you thought that your mattress is uncomfortable, then look at this wooden piece. That's a pillow. There is a huge collection of chairs at the museum, including kiti cha enzi or seat of power from the coastal area. But what caught my eye is the impunity chair made from pangas or machetes in English. The creator Sebastian Kiaria says it's meant to symbolize what happens in Kenya during the general elections. Politicians usually get to power through violence. Remember this train? We saw that at the Nairobi Railway Museum. Well, there is a railway crossing at the National Museum too. This painting shows that it was built by slave labor from India. My favorite part in the National Museum is the early man, where you get to see fossils that are millions of years old. This includes the near-complete skeleton of Turkana boy, which is 1.6 million years old. The hominin skull room has even older skeletons, but the main attraction here is inside this glass exhibition. If you think life is hard, then what do you call this? Humanity has gone from eating wild animals and stealing eggs to getting ready to eat food delivered to our houses. In this other exhibition hall, there are life-size animal displays with a scale. Now normally the display lights up to display the animal that matches your weight when you stand on it. On this day it was not working, but that is the digital display. There's so much more to see at the museum that I can't fit in this video. But at least I showed you my favorite sections. After I left the museum, I went to the village market for a product launch. Like I said before, I do tech-related videos, and on this day, I was attending the launch of a new smartphone where a local artist was performing. Tell me his name in the comments below if you know him. The last place I will take you is 13 kilometers from the Galton Fancy Monument and is normally a 20-minute drive with light traffic. There are cultural dances here every single day, including Sundays and holidays. The main hall seems to be under some maintenance, so the event will be taking place in Baraza Hall at the end of this Kabru paved road. Foreign tourists love this place. I promised you some dances, and starting here is the Luka dance from the Nubian group that settled in Kibra. This dance is known as Mwinjiro from the Embu and Ameru people in central Kenya. Next, still from Mount Kenya, was Mahoya dance from the Agikuyu community. With the Ohanglak drums, here is the Orutu dance from the Luo community. A very nice tune. Also notice the use of the calabash as a musical instrument in the back. Next we have the Samburu community with the Baragoi dance. Lastly, these are the Luya with the Isukoti dance. After those entertaining performances, I passed by Utamaduni restaurant for some lunch. Utamaduni is a Swahili word that means culture in English. The restaurant is big and looks nice. I very much like this traditional looking tablecloth. And that marks the end of my Africa Day video. This is a day meant to unite Africans, and I would love to see what other creators had to present on this important day. Tell me what you think of my video in the comments below. Can I start a vlogging career, or should I stick to smartphones and tech gadgets? Thank you so much for watching till the end. Let's meet in the next video, and goodbye.